he was praying in a certain place, and when he had finished, one of his disciples said to him, Lord, teach us to pray, just as John taught his disciples. And he said to them, when you pray, you say, Father, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come. Give us each day your daily bread, and forgive us our sins.
Hello, and welcome back, Dr. Tash Tribe. Welcome back, you guys. Yes, Weezy Gang. I haven't uploaded a YouTube video in like a month. Life is going. Yazin, some of us are going through a lot. Emotionally, physically, spiritually. There's a lot going on, you know. I'm loving my background today. My background, I've got a nice, beautiful cloth. All right, so for those of you that are not really familiar with it, it is the mandala cloth, right? The Indian mandala cloth, right? So this cloth is a very big representation of my heritage. For those of you that don't know, on my dad's side of the family, his ancestors, you know, were from India, from Bengal, right? And they came through the waters, the great waters, right? Using the Indian Ocean. They then, I think, got to Durban and parts of Southern Africa. And that's where, you know, they then married African people. And that's where my dad's heritage comes from. So this cloth is a very big symbol, you know, of my ancestry. The mandala cloth, when I read up online, it's a very spiritual symbol, you know, in more so the Indian culture, which I'm also trying to learn about, because I do have a blood connection to that side of life. It's a very big symbol in I think they said Buddhism and Hinduism. It represents the structure of life. It represents the transformation of life. So if you have to think about maybe from light to dark, right? How life transforms, how nature transforms in general, from sadness to happiness, you know, this just anything that you can think of that has the ability to transform. And I do believe that, you know, a lot of us are transforming. This cloth has a very, very big significance to my side of things. So yeah, man, I love it. And it's like so pink and, you know, so it's so inviting, right? So it reminds me that, listen, I'm on a journey of transformation, you know, and as it represents transformation in its totality, I'm on a journey of transformation, you know, transforming in every single way. Today I'm wearing dilo tsa teng, like yapere dilo tsa teng. So as you can see, it's all about the mandala. So one of my bucket lists is to actually go to India, to actually go to the land of my forefathers. I've never been before. That's because, you know, my Indian family grew up in the southern parts of Africa, so Lesotho, and, you know, parts of like the Free State and that. So there was not really a need to go to India, but, you know, me being me, I would just like to, you know, get connected with those roots and yeah, man, see what that side of life has to offer, and learn, you know, about their life, learn about their spirituality. Today's topic, guys, is just about prayer. There's a song in my head. There's a song, guys, in my head, you know, that song by AKA. It says, don't forget to pray now. Do you know that God is on the way now? Oh, hey, don't forget to pray, yeah. Do you know that God is on the way now? Ish. Rest in peace, guys, to AKA, man. We lost such a giant in music. We've been losing a lot of people in the South African music industry. And again, it's just like, what prompted this message. I feel as if there's a lot going on, guys, spiritually. There's a lot going on spiritually. People are dying. First it was COVID. People were dying. People, were diseased. And now you just see people just dropping dead, either through crime shootings, either just through, there was one person, what's his name again? Costa Tidge. I liked his music, it was so vibey. It was like, for the kids, you know what I mean? And he just dropped dead, like in a performance. Like, I feel like there's just so much things going on in the atmosphere, you guys. And at this point in life, there's a lot going on. We're dealing with a lot spiritually. If it's not our food being tainted, it's everything that's being legalized these days. It's drugs, the marijuana, the cocaine, things are becoming legal. We're dealing with a lot spiritually that, I feel as if you don't have any sort of like spiritual backing, if you're not rooted, spiritually, if you don't believe in anything, you are going to fall for everything and anything. If you don't believe in something, you're going to fall for everything and anything. So hence the point of my message today is that, do not underestimate the power of prayer. What is prayer? Prayer is just, in simple words, having a conversation, with God, having a conversation with your angels, your guides, for those of you who believe in your ancestry, your ancestors, having a conversation, a personal conversation with those people, as the Bible says, you don't need to make a hoo-ha out of it and like stand, on the side of the road and tell people that you're praying. You could just literally sit in the corner of your room like I am right now in my Beijing apartment, and you could talk to God and pray. Open your mouth and speak to those things that you want to see. The Bible says, if you just have faith as small as a mustard seed, you could tell mountains to move. That is how much power there is in prayer. That is the importance of prayer. Can you just imagine a mountain is something that is unmovable, unshakable? You can't even fathom. But the Bible says that when you open your mouth, when you pray, you have the ability, you have the power to tell that mountain to move, and it shall move. Guys, do not underestimate the power of prayer. You see, there's something that happens in the universe when somebody opens their mouth, when somebody starts declaring, when somebody starts summoning, God, when someone starts summoning their angels, they are there, they are listening. You could tell a mountain to move and it will move. Things happen, guys, when you pray. Things happen when you pray. When you're having that conversation between God, and yourself, things happen when you pray. Another reason, why I feel this message is important, is just to remind people to be on track, to keep on track. We live such busy lives, and, some of us are at work, and, people are going to varsity, we're going to school, we are so, what is this? We are so engulfed. We are so engulfed in daily life events that sometimes you forget. Like sometimes you forget because you're just so tired. You've got assignments, you've got workloads, you've got things to do. But it's in those moments that you feel the tiredness. It's in those moments, where you don't feel like putting an effort, to wake up and light your candles, or whatever it is that you do, light your incense, or just pray, It's in those moments that it is very vital to pray. That is very vital. When you don't feel like it, that is when you should be praying the most. That is when you should be down on your knees, standing up, whatever it is, however it is that you pray. It is in those moments that you don't feel like doing it that you should be doing it. You see, there's a lot going on, guys, right now in the atmosphere. There's a lot going on in the atmosphere. I don't know about you, but me, I've been up every day at 2 a.m. Around 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I'm up. I could sleep nicely, right, 10, 11 o'clock. But when it says 2 a.m., 3 a.m., I am up. And I used to think this was a random thing. I used to think it was like such a random thing. Until I started discovering things about myself and gaining a little bit of spiritual knowledge. That actually, no, it's not a random thing. This is God saying, my child, you need to be awake at this time. This is God saying, my child, right now I want you to connect. Right now I want you to be still. Right now I want you to listen. What are the messages that are coming through? What is it that I'm trying to communicate with you at this point? Another reason why it is important to be up at this time is that, as much as you are not praying, there are people that are praying against you. They're praying against you. They're praying for your demise. They're praying for your downfall. They're doing things in those hours, when you feel lazy, when you feel tired, when you're like, I'm not in the mood today. When God is saying, wake up, my child, at 2 a.m., there are people that are doing things against you in your name. That is the reason why it is important to wake up. You see, even the Bible says that we are not fighting against flesh and blood, but rather against the principalities and the forces of this world, and now I'm paraphrasing. The principalities and forces of this world. Guys, there are people out there that are in wars with you. They don't even know why, but they're in a war. They're fighting you. They don't even know why. They've got issues that they need to deal with in themselves, whether it's jealousy, whether it's, your envy, whether it's animosity, whether it's feelings of entitlement, entitlement about your life and your things and what you've achieved and what. They've got issues and they're in wars with you. They don't even know why. And those things cause them, to react the way that they do. It's important, people of God, it's important to stay prayed up. Because we're not fighting against flesh and blood. We're not fighting against, the human flesh or, the human demise. No. This is a spiritual war. And if you're not equipped for it, you're going to go down in the gutter. So you need to put on the armor of God. You need to put on the armor of God. You need to be equipped with those weapons. Those weapons. Prayer is a weapon. Some people are wondering why, in your life, they just see you, they just keep on seeing you go up and up and up and up and up, despite the things that they have done to you or are trying to do to you. They don't know, Guti. When you go on your knees, you summon angels. You summon forces. You summon things that when you open your mouth, the heavens literally open. People just see you going through your daily life. They don't even know how you make it through. They don't even know how you continue to go through. After all of the things, baho romela wiziging, baho romela di khatelledi, baho romela wiziging di jeso, baho romela di strugu, baho bone fela wiziging. Wait tsamaela ha monate jwang. The power of prayer. To speak against things that are not of God in your life. To send away negative energies and negative entities that are not of God in your life. The power of being connected to God. The power of being connected to your angels. They will continue to wonder, but you will continue to make it through, and they will continue to wipe their brows and say, but we tried to finish this girl. We tried. You know what? We tried. We are still trying, but we cannot get through to her. Yes, because you don't understand that behind me, right? There's an entire army. There's an entire army that you cannot see. And when I connect with that army, when I talk to that army, it listens. The power of prayer. You need to stay connected. You need to stay prayerful. In these times of COVID, in these times of joblessness, in these times, of there's so many things going on. People are losing jobs in these times of, the economy is going down, in these times of corruption, in these times of evil is just everywhere, in these times of drugs being made legalized, and you're thinking, oh my God, yeah, I'm smoking marijuana, yeah. All these things are intentional. They want to mess with your minds. They want to mess with your being. It's important to stay rooted in prayer. It's important to pray and pray without ceasing. I've got so many things that I can talk about when it comes to prayer. Prayer has literally been my life. People continue to ask me, Dr. Tash, how is it that that you are so blessed, blah blah blah? How is it that you got what ABC? How did you make it through this? How did you get through medicine? I just tell people, I say, listen, one thing I was taught at a young age was to pray. I was taught the power of prayer. I saw the power of prayer in my personal life. I've overcome things in my personal life that people don't even understand. They don't even know. I'm still overcoming things in my life that people don't even know because of prayer. Let me tell you a story. In the year 2012, I was in a car accident. And I think I put up that video about, how God saved me and my second chance at life. It's on my channel. You can go check it out. This accident happened in 2012. You see, the power of prayer has the ability to move mountains. Let me tell you something, people of God. That accident was not random. That was not a random accident. That accident was an attack upon my life. It was an attack upon my family's life. And somebody sent that accident so that I could die in that accident. The instruction was for me to die. The instruction was for me to finish me. The instruction was for me not to live anymore. But you see God, and you see, when you are a woman of prayer, when you are a man of prayer, when you are surrounded by people that pray, people will send things to you and they will never take place. Because the instruction was for me to die. But what did God do? He sent his angels. And you know what? My mother caught whiff of that accident in her dreams. She dreamt. And in her dream, I told her that, listen, I'm going to die. If you don't come now, I'm going to die. And I was laying on a 4-way cross. You see, there are people that are out there that are wondering about your life. Guti, how is this person still alive? We thought that we were doing A, B, C, D, E, A, F, G, but they don't know that when you pray, when the people around you pray, and they even pray on your behalf, when your grandmother prays for you, when your mother prays for you, when you pray for yourself, the power of prayer moves mountains. Prayer stops things from happening. So a week later, I get into that accident. But I did not die. I got injured, but I did not die. My angels and guys were like, no. God was like, hell no. This is our child. You don't touch our child. This one, she's a prayer warrior. This one, she's on our side. She's untouchable, and you can't touch her. Not her. Other people die, but I didn't die. I know it's probably, if you are listening to this, it's probably the first time you hear this story. True story. Prayer has taken me, guys, from Cape to Cairo. Prayer has done amazing things for me. Prayer has opened up doors in my life. I will never, ever disregard the power of prayer. The power of prayer in this day and age where people are trying to make you believe that God is not real, that God is not alive, that God doesn't exist, that there's no such thing as a higher power, that there's no such thing as what. Listen, Listen to me when I tell you that those things are real. When you connect, when you pray, you summon your angels to rescue you. You summon your angels to help you. You summon your angels to guide you. You summon your angels to protect you along the way on this road that you are in. Remember, we are all physical beings having a spiritual experience. And there are forces, there are guides along our ways that are helping us to get through this life thing, to get through this fleshly thing, to get through this human phase. The power of being rooted, the power of being connected to the people that are connected to you. Don't forget to pray, man. I'll always tell people of the goodness of God. I've seen the goodness of God in my life. My life is not perfect. I'm not perfect, and I never ever come out here and say I'm perfect. But there's one thing that I can tell people is that prayer works. Prayer is real. Prayer has taken me from the depths of literally hell. And I'm still standing today. Don't forget to pray, man. Do you know that God is on the way? God is on the way. Arrapeleng. Hey, arrapeleng. Bathong ba modimo. Re tlamehile re rapele. O itse keng go shushu mo. Re lwana le batho. Batho ba lwana le rona ha ba tsebe hore ba lwanela. Mara modimo o setse a ba bone. Remember that eating well and living well is a form of self-respect. So, respect yourself. Peace.